In this presentation, Óscar Vila, the Deputy Vice Rector of the Access Service Department, and Felizdania Hernández, Predoctoral Fellow, present the main characteristics of the Access course for the 25 to 45 age group, offered by UNED through distance learning, as an example of how to promote adult access to higher education. Leave no one behind is the message of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, emphasizing lifelong and continuing education. According to UNED's 2015 data, around 25% of adults aged 25 to 64 in the EU have attained lower secondary education. Adult education consists of formal, non-formal and informal learning, where adults can develop their skills and actively participate in society. The UNESCO and UNESCO Institute for Lifelong Learning report of 2016 defines the goal of adult learning and education: to empower people with the necessary skills to exercise their rights and make them effective, and to take charge of their own destiny. According to UNED's 2015, around 25% of adults aged 25 to 64 in the EU have only lower secondary education. Of these, around 6.5% of the adult population in the EU has only primary education. According to Eurostat data, in 2019, 11.3% of the European adult population aged 25 to 64, 10.6% in Spain, had participated in some form of formal or non-formal education or training in the 4 weeks prior to the survey. This participation decreases with age, with the largest group being 25 to 35-year-olds and the smallest over 60-year-olds. Access to university itself is becoming increasingly diverse, with less linear pathways adapted to students' needs and preferences. Since the mid-1990s, the Spanish education system has been providing training programs for adults and seniors. This has occurred not only in Spain, but also in the international context, where countries such as the United States and the United Kingdom are pioneers. University Entrance Exam Preparation Course for 25 and 45 years and older. These tests are indicated for those who have a low academic background or who cannot access higher education in the traditional way, since the world of employment and access to it has evolved in recent decades, and with the emergence of new technologies, requires and demands more training. Students can take a course in different centers and universities to prepare for the entrance exams for students over 25 and 45 years old, or take the free exam that gives them access to the university. UNED has been offering an orientation course for students over the age of 25 since it was founded in 1972. University entrance course for over 25, which later included the course for students over 45 years old and the access by professional path for students over 40 years old. UNED is one of the few universities in Spain that continues to offer this course. Approximately 500,000 students have been enrolled in some of UNED's university access programs for seniors. Since the beginning of the access course, the number of enrolled students has increased and reached 20,000, yet in the last 10 to 5 years, the number of enrolled students has decreased. However, it has remained stable at around 8,000 and 9,000 students. People who take the university entrance exam belong to a particular and heterogeneous student profile to which the resources offered in this preparatory course are very appropriate to regain their study habits. Likewise, another of the objectives of the course is to acquire the methodology of UNED, as well as to getting started in studying at the university level, preparing and practicing tests through the various self-assessment exercises and continuous grading tests, acquiring the contents with many resources available, both virtual and on-site, which allow them to adapt to any life circumstance, such as being able to combine family and work life with studies. The course is a second chance for those who for various reasons had to abandon their studies. The preparatory course of orientation and initiation is carried out at UNED, which aims to provide training to interested students in facing the exams for university access for 25 to 45-year-olds. The duration of this course is 1 academic year. The requirements for enrolling in this preparatory course are: A reach 25 to 45 before December 31st of the current year. A B. Not have a university entrance qualification, PAU, vocational training. The entrance exam for those over 25 years old is equivalent to the compulsory secondary education and high school diploma. Unlike the latter, the entrance exam for those over 45 years old only allows access to undergraduate studies at the university where it is taken. Students can choose between 5 paths to take the university entrance exam: social and legal sciences, health sciences, arts and humanities, natural sciences, and engineering and architecture. The access course for people over 25 and 45 years is developed with the UNED's distance learning methodology, which is based on the largest university technological infrastructure in the country and a network of national and international centers that allow training and exams to be taken anywhere in the world. Students have access to weekly or fortnightly face-to-face tutorials on a completely voluntary basis in different centers throughout the country, with the support and guidance of the tutors in the centers and the teaching team of the subjects in the virtual course. UNED's methodology facilitates adult learning through the provision of various digital resources that allow students to access their courses online, with materials and guides that give them the support they need. Live tutorials that can be accessed virtually and numerous resources that allow them to develop their learning process in a flexible way and adapt to their life circumstances. The Access course is composed of 2 phases: a general phase, which includes 2 compulsory subjects and a language to be chosen, and a specific phase, in which students can choose 2 subjects, depending on the chosen itinerary or study path. The evaluation: students have 2 calls, June and September, as well as in February they can voluntarily take the continuous evaluation exams. As can be seen in this table, the pass rate is always above 50% in the different modalities of the exams. In the studies and data analyzed over the years, the pass rate is higher for those who take the exam preparation course, averaging around 70%. The number of students who attend the course with the intention of entering university is between 32 and 40%. This year, a questionnaire was distributed to these students, and we were able to observe how this preparatory course helped them in their university studies. More than 50% of those surveyed have passed all the credits, or at least 50% of the credits enrolled in the first year of the degree once they entered the university. They also have a positive view of the usefulness of this course in their undergraduate studies. These students have made excellent use of the second opportunity offered to them through this program.